Good evening, everyone. Good evening. NHPUK TV here, Big John. Behind me, you can see the constituency map for Wakefield. And Labour are due to win again. I just wanted to quickly go through the candidates. 15 there is, 15 candidates. Some you'll recognise, they're in by-elections quite often, but let's go through them. Nadeem Ahmed, Conservative Party. Remember, it was Imran Khan Conservative Party who got done for buggering a lad. And he was sort of like, when he came to be an MP, he was like, the Conservatives, yes, we've got this person as a member of Parliament. And obviously what turned out. And also, when the guy got arrested for this conviction he got, while he was under investigation, he was put on a group to look at children's health, sexual abuse with children, and he was put on that thingy. There is absolutely no bars for ethnic minority when they've done something wrong. Obviously, you can be an MP and threaten to throw acid in someone's face and not get a criminal charge. And I mean, the charge he got, the sentence he got, 5 years or whatever it was pathetic. This is a member of Parliament who's supposed to represent a big constituency, and he's a pedo. Akef Akbar, Independent. Don't know nothing about him. Don't know whether he's Pakistani or Bangladeshi. I haven't got a clue. But he's running as independent. Obviously, even like ethnic minorities, Muslims won't be voting Labour or Conservative. Some. The majority will, but some won't. Paul Bickerdike, Christian People's Alliance. Christian People's Alliance, I think, ran in Batley and Spen by-election. Seen them in a couple. Now, if the Christian People's Alliance, I have to look into them, are they going to be politically correct still? That's a big thing. And Christian People's Alliance, have they got conservative views on like sex education and stuff like that? Mick Dodgson, Freedom Alliance, Real People, Real Alternative. I give a lot of respect to the Freedom Alliance because when the lockdown started, what did they do? They thought about it and they formed a political party. All these demonstrations people went on didn't really do nothing. But what they did, they created a political party where they can do things from running as local councillors, right from the bottom. So I give the Freedom Alliance big respect. I like them for standing up. They're doing exactly the same as what Big John and Pat McGuinness are doing. We're creating our own party to start in politics at a local level to change how people think and how people talk and stuff like that, and to speak the truth. Sir Archibald Stanton, Earl Eaton, the official Monster Raving Loony Party. Don't know nothing about it. Big joke. Sounds like a big joke to him. Jada Franson, Independent. I've interviewed Jada many a times. I caught up with her in Batley. I wonder, though, if what will be a thing now. Will it be to spoil your ballot paper, or will she be going to get votes? Jordan Gaskill, UK Independence Party. I know Jordan very well. Talked to him. He was actually on Real News Live News last night with Mick Dodgson and one of the PCP girls who's running in Wales. Good talking. He knows what he's talking about, does Jordan. The state of the country, the lockdown, COVID, housing, lots of good issues. Very good talker, Jordan. Very good talker. David John Roundtree Hurdson, Yorkshire Party. Yorkshire Party have been around a while. They're running in local elections. I'm not sure if they've got any councillors in already, but they're running in local elections. Good on them. Tracy Hurst, English Democrats. I've met the lovely Tracy Hurst and I've interviewed her. We spent a couple of days, we spent a day, voting day, me and Peter Smith, and we escorted around. She did a video outside the Batley School, which I'll see if I can get that up, actually. I'll see if I can find that.
Look, on polling day, some company having to kind of, here do we know? Look, on polling.
So obviously, we're concerned about polling fraud. We're concerned about polling fraud. And was in Batley, was in the main square, as we come up, there was a shredder van right outside the polling station. Just let me show you the video. So Tracy goes and questions him, so she should. It's just really suspicious. On polling day, it's outside, parked up right outside the polling station, like there's some boxes going into the back of it or something like that. Maybe it comes twice a week anyway to get stuff that needs to be shredded but on polling day of all days, so it's just coming up now. Teresa goes and questions him about it.
Some company having to kind of, here do we know?
I'm literally just about to move now anyway.
I thought that it's just that we saw what happened in America. They were shredding all the ballot papers and all the rest of it.
Oh yeah, no, I've just literally been to a job just down there a little bit.
Well, that gives me a bit more confidence, thank you.
Yeah,
no boxes of votes going in there then.
And if you're from Batley, I'm your candidate, the only one that's going to stand up for you, lad. I'm telling you right now.
Thank you.
Please go out and vote because anybody else who represents us, i.e., everybody in England, black, white, pink, blue, purple, Muslim, Jew, Christian, I don't care. Yeah. They will tell you, because I'm saying English Democrat, that I'm a racist. I'm telling you now, son, I am not. Give us an.
So that was Tracy Hurst at Batley on voting day. So we pulled the shredder guy. In the background, you did hear Peter Smith with his Canadian accent. But I mean, what else can I say about that? Well, when we was with Tracy, she went talking to a parent who was with her 2 kids. I didn't film it because she didn't want it filmed. Fair enough, yeah. But Tracy went talking to her, and one of her children go to that Batley school, and you see in the papers that the teacher was scared and moved away. It's not just the teachers, the members of the public who have kids at that school were all scared of what were going on. All these men outside the school shouting nasty things, but that's you never seen that in the media. You never seen anything like that in the media. You only seen it off Big John and Tracy Hurst polling day in Batley and Spen by election. So the only place you've seen it. Lovely lady, Tracy, well spoken, lovely person. I couldn't say enough. She's got her own problems, but she came out, went to the count later on, and Tracy, as the English Democrat, ran for when she was in the mayoral elections, police and crime commissioner. She got 20,000 votes or something in Yorkshire, which is really good for anyone going for that kind of position. And she comes second to Tracy Badin. Is it Tracy Badin? Christopher Richard Jones, Northern Independence Party. I don't know much about him. I can't say anything. Don't know this Richard Jones. Don't know him. Can't say nothing about him. Northern Independence. If that's mean they want independence from the south. Simon Robert Lightwood, Labour Party. Jamie Luke Needle, Liberal Democrats. Ashley Theo Blue Roof, Green Party. Ashley Simon, Britain First. I know Ashley, although I haven't talked to her in a while, but I have met Ashley. Britain First running in a by-election. I mean, what do I think of by-elections? None of them people who I've mentioned, other than the main party candidates, have got a chance, really, to get anything. Maybe Tracy will, because she's from that area. So maybe some of the others. But what it is, what they'll start throwing around is that some of the people aren't from the area, so what do they know? This is what we heard a lot in Batley when we went up for 4 days. So that's what I heard of people. Very isolated. I didn't like it, actually. I prefer someone who can see a bigger picture and know that what hurts one area will end up in another area. So we're all interlinked. And that's what the kind of thing you'll get. Chris Walsh, Reform UK. Sorry, Reform UK, part of the cancel culture. They won't interview. They won't stand next to anyone of who's had any connection with any other kind of group like Britain First or anything. If there is a hustings, that Ashley, Jada Franson, Jordan Gaskill, they won't be invited. I don't think Teresius was invited to the last one. Now, that's a bit of an issue to me. So what can I do? Well, I'm a broadcaster anyway and a reporter anyway, so I can do my own hustings, and that I can push. If I get a council position, I can push that. If you have a hustings, you've got to have all the parties there. It's got to be done like that. Whoever wants to do the hustings, you have to have all the parties there. So if the Pakistani community of Wakefield want to do a hustings, you have to have all the candidates there, guys. You can't just not have Jada Franson because she's anti-Islam. That's not going to work. And when people see that, like they did in Batley, when I told them what it was like in Batley, they were like, what? Well, we want to hear all the candidates, no matter which group they were for. And the couple, I met a couple over the 4 days. I met them on the first day, third day and fourth day. And I seen them again when I went back, and they remembered me. They come talking, pulled me over in pub. I come over, started talking to them, told them what I was there for. And, talked about the Batley school teacher, which they were disgusted with. But these people wanted to vote differently than Labour and Conservative. And these people had voted Labour all their lives. So they was talking to me about voting differently. And I loved it. I loved every damn second of talking to this couple because of waking up. And I didn't hold back. I told them what I thought about certain sections of community not integrating. It's one of the things I talked about. I said, if they integrated properly, they wouldn't be outside that school shouting Allahu Akbar at the teacher. They wouldn't be. And these people agreed with me. So that was good, to see people who voted Labour all their lives were wanting to vote differently, wanting to know more about the other parties. And as I've been through an election already, the month coming to, it's the same there. There's a lot of people who used to vote Labour or Labour. They're not voting them now. They're voting other people. They're voting the independents in and stuff like that, which is really good. Which is really good. Sorry, I'm just checking. Got a couple of... Right, so I'll read out what the message I've just been sent. Right, I'll read it out, and I'm not mentioning any names. Somebody messaged me on Facebook, someone from Oldham, and then deleted the message. So I've said to him back, "Aye, did you want to say something? Looks like you deleted the message." This is what the person said. "Yeah, I've seen your video about the CSE report. I was notified just 2 days ago that I will be mentioned within this report. They're coming to see me tomorrow, GMP, and Aftercare. Thought I would let you know that they're still contacting victims." And we've said this. People have said this. Paul the Boots Eric did a video saying about people coming forward. Sky News have had half a dozen people they've contacted for interviews and that. First time I was contacted about the report was 2 days ago, and they said that my case was swept under the carpet, and I need to read it before I see it on the internet and realize it's me. Oh Jesus! It's just not nice when you see it so blatantly. When you see it so blatantly like that, and that's somebody messaging me from Oldham. Well, I'll be keep in contact with her. And if she needs any kind of support, I'll try and direct her to where she can get support. Good evening, Mark Williams. Good evening, Ali. Mark Sully. I'm good, pal. Have you added me on Facebook, Mark Sully? And have I accepted? I'm sure I've seen. Good evening, Pat. There. Good evening, sir. Well, I won't make it in politics. Well, I don't think it is. I think we just need to change people's views. I don't know if I've showed you the map of Oldham, but let's just get the map of Oldham and up. The pink you see there on the picture is Failsworth Independent Party, which is now 5 sections. They've got the other 3 sections now. And that's Independent Party, full of people who, a lot of them will speak like me, say similar kind of things to me. And they've took a big chunk now. They've got 5 candidates in. And I think it's the first time that, other than the main parties, a party has had that many seats in a council the size of Oldham, an independent party. Things are changing. I'm absolutely confident that I'll be getting a seat in the Hollingwood area next year. So that's more independent power. Proud of Oldham and Saddleworth for doing well. Next couple of years, we can see seats coming from that group, which will break the overall Labour control of Oldham. Then we can start getting to business then. I mean, like, once Labour have lost control, what am I going to do? There's little things I'm going to do. I'm going to start at the bottom. I'm going to start my local schools in Hollingwood and go through the books, see what kind of history they're teaching our kids. I do a lot about history. I just want to say, Sunday show, 2 p.m, and I'm going to be talking about Thomas Jefferson, United States President. I'm going to tell you about what he thanked Manchester and Failsworth and Oldham for doing to link to the slave trade. Very interesting video. You won't hear this off any Black Lives Matter activist. You don't hear this off any Stand Up to Racism activist. You don't hear it off Unite the Union, all these lefty. None of these people will talk about this particular thing, but Big John will on Sunday. Big John will on Sunday. I just want you to see an overview of, I mean, we know a lot about slavery. We've got books, social media. We know a lot about slavery, but imagine back in the 1700s, The person who worked in the mill did not know anything. There was no social media. Didn't know where the cotton came from. It's a big story of how people woke up in Britain, just like they're doing now, to our corrupt political establishment. And I'll show you that on Sunday. So that's Sunday's show. I just want to get that out, and that's Sunday's show. So, yeah, so, you know, I do believe that politics is the way to go. I want it to be the only way to go. There's two ways we're gonna change our country. There's two ways you're gonna do it. You're gonna have a French Revolution. When I mean French Revolution, remember that the ruling class in France, they had their heads chopped off. Yeah, that's what I mean by French Revolution. Or you go the voting and democratic way, which is the way I'm going. That's the way I believe we should go. I don't believe that we should be using violence to get across a message in this day and age that we want to change things. Let's get into local politics. You'll soon see a big change in your town if the Labour lost control. I'll tell you something. I won't be having that Pakistani flag over the civic centre if I had my control of the council. I'll tell you that. You know, we're supposed to live in Great Britain. You know, they push on us that we're multicultural and all this, but the people coming here don't respect anything to do with Great Britain. And I want to going on to that, I want to go on to a tweet that I've seen. Yasmin Abdel Majid says she's a broadcaster columnist, the New Arab. Listen, Layla, and talking about a revolution out now. Typical ethnic minority writer, always going on about rights and, you know, minorities and race and things like that. Can't be doing with them, me. It just, you know, like there is some people in ethnic minorities who don't go on about that, but this is one of them. Australian. There are Union Jacks everywhere. It's like a waking nightmare. So there's people, Katie here has put up loads of people Union Jacks on. There's loads of people saying piss off and stuff like that. Well, you know, I think when you ran away from Australia because you couldn't endure the problems you caused yourself, did you not think it would be a good idea to keep your disrespectful opinions to yourself? Some people never learn. So she might be over here. So this is someone over here. And if you look into the New Arab, it's London-based. So, you know, she's getting all the fame and all that from the West. You know what I mean? She comes over talking about us like that. But, you know, 20 years ago, it wasn't like this. Honestly, 20 years ago, you didn't hear many things like this. You didn't. And more ethnic minorities 20 years ago were, you know, they came out waving the British flag. But now it's not the thing to do, is it really? Because the British flag is linked to colonialism, and they'll always link it to colonialism. And there's more people like that. And when I was pushing my mum through town with a friend of the family, she was with me. She said, "John, have you seen how they're looking at your mum because she's got Union Jack hat on and a flag draped over her?" And you know what I mean? I looked around and it just didn't look nice. It really doesn't look nice. And our party, we don't want this to happen because we're going to lose all our history. It's been attacked now. They started off on the slave owners. They'll go for everything else now that's got a pillar, a statue. They'll go after everything. Then they won't stop there, though. They won't stop there. They'll come to Oldham then, start going on about Oldham because, I mean, a lot of Oldham's wealth came through the slave trade as well as Liverpool because we built the mills that spun the cotton. So they'll come after us next saying that, oh, well, you shouldn't be doing this. This person shouldn't have this because he made money off the slave trade. This is what it's coming to. They'll take down all our statues, won't have any kind of history. English people will be looked on as the lowest class of people. That's what they'll be looked on as, the lowest class of people. And then after them, anyone like me, I'll be down in that bottom rung. And that's happening in our country right now. Throughout the Platinum Jubilee celebrations, there were no head Muslim honchos on the council there. I didn't see any at the church or any of the celebrations. They don't give two flying shits about the Platinum Jubilee and things that are England. All they're concerned about is sucking us dry, becoming rich off our money and putting us down. And I'll tell this to anybody in the street, tell them to anyone in the street. And I'm expecting a lot of ethnic minorities will agree. But I will be saying that in the street. I'm out tomorrow and Saturday in the Limeside area on the avenues. You want to come and talk to me, that's where I'll be. Round about midday tomorrow, 1 o'clock-ish until evening, late evening, or till however it's gone dark. And I'll be there Saturday as well. So come down, have a chat with me if you want to. We'll be knocking on doors. We want to talk to everyone at every house on 8th, 9th, 7th, 5th, all the avenues and a few of the streets nearby. We're going to be talking to people. So watch out for us. My first month now of an 11-month campaign to get that seat next year. I did put an event page up. So if you're interested, coming down tomorrow or Saturday, just message me. Let me know. And where we had the MEP tour, that's where I'm going. It's looking like it's going to be a nice couple of days. Here's another Jambi. Why don't you F off? Then, you nasty, miserable excuse for a human being. You're always ready to bite the hand of the country that gave your family refuge. God save the Queen. We're against any kind of immigration, nationalising party. End to permanent settlement immigration. We don't want anybody here. We don't. Otherwise, we're going to lose our identity quicker, and then we're all going to be at the bottom rung of a big ladder with loads of ethnic minorities above us, all putting us down. It's a joke. It's a joke. But when you look at the media, we're supposed to be Britain's diverse. We're not diverse. We're not diverse. We're not that diverse. We're not, because there aren't people integrating into Britain. We don't, we haven't told you to change your religion. We haven't told you to start praying to Christianity, always we should do. But, you're not integrating, and people it's even worse now. It's even more worse than it were 20 years ago. And it's got to stop. Otherwise, I could just see more riots, violence, third world violence coming, people getting their heads chopped off, girls getting the private parts chopped up in basement rooms in schools that we fund them to teach all this rubbish. We're just not having it. It's just a joke. It really is. And it's been really big this year for this kind of stuff. I think this is the last decent royal celebration we're ever going to get. It's never ever going to get any bigger than that now. It's never ever going to get bigger. And I don't care if you don't like the Queen. Fair enough, you don't like the Queen, but our flag is something. Our flag means a lot more than just the royal family. So and there's lots of you there who support the flag. You just couldn't make it up. The refugees are only temporary, so that they do. Refugees do stay permanent. It's easy because they'll put a They come as like asylum seekers. And observer dude, you should know better. Manchester Arena Bombers family, asylum seekers, refugees, leave to stay. The kids grew up here, 2 of them blew up that thing, and we let them go back to Libya. We let them have properties in Libya. David Ames's killer, his dad's got is high up in Somalia. He lives over there and lives in Britain. No. Who do these people think they are? And we've paid them the education money and all that lot. The Arena Bombers' mum, £200,000 in while she was over in Libya. She was getting off our services. So they didn't have to go back. A lot of them won't go back. And a lot of them run off into illegality, which is why we've got 2 million plus illegals. I hope you're all right, Alistair. I hope you're all right, son. Let me see who's on. Yeah, it's pretty sad that's what's happened. We won't have nothing now for like all our history is being attacked. Every little part of it is being attacked, and they're starting off on the big ones, and they'll just come down. They'll go to every town, they'll rip down every statue and say something about it, and that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. So so Wakefield by election. So I've interviewed a few of them. Labour look like they're going to win. And I'm guessing a lot of that will be the block vote as well. But will be the block vote. I mean, I'm going to run. If there's a by-election in Oldham, I'll run in it. Although we don't agree with by-elections, unless if there was a by-election in Oldham, I'll be running in it, and I'd do a massive campaign for it. I would, because it's my town, and I'm known in not just one area. I'm known in several areas, all over Oldham. So yeah, I should run in it, and I know I would get a decent amount of votes. I know I would. But look, local elections is the best one. The local councillor, and you'll see. It's not as difficult as you think it is. It's not difficult as you think it is. So, yeah, I met up with Freedom Alliance. That was in Batley. Jonathan Tilt in middle. And next to Jonathan, the woman on the right. Next to Jonathan, let's just. Sorry about that. I'm just typing someone back on Facebook there. So yeah, so that's coming up. The Wakefield by election. And the anti-British stance we have off people, it's not nice, guys. It really isn't nice. It's going to send our country into a mishmash of violent cultures and stuff like that no one will say anything about. I mean, nothing gets said about ethnic minority crime hardly. You know what I mean? Nothing gets said about genital mutilation, honor violence. And I have heard him talking, and it's funny. It's funny that I've heard the news and that talking about integration. I mean, I've been going on for this past 5 years. It's been one of my major topics is integration. And I've heard it a couple of times now off GB News, but they're still being politically correct. They still are politically correct. They won't say the things that need to be said. And they certainly won't say the things I say. Again, I'm going into politics at a local level. Talk to people, wake them up. Some of the people that I've been talking to, they've liked it because they're hearing an honest view. They're not hearing a covered up view. They're hearing an honest view. And the next couple of days will show where we're going to go and how we're going to do things. Well, Edward Colston just made his money off the slave trade. A lot of his money came off the slave trade, but it wasn't him transporting them directly. He just fronted up the money like any businessman. But I mean, his statue, when he took down his statue was in Bristol, not anything to do with slavery, to do with the money that he gave Bristol. And all them lefties who pulled it down, all their education, all the university buildings and all that, all his money that went into all that. So they've had an education from his money, and that's what they do. But, let them do it. Let them do it. It's dangerous erasing history because we're doomed to repeat the mistakes we made. It'd be easy for them to erase history, and then the left would erase our history to do with slavery, but then they wouldn't say anything about slaves in Abu Dhabi or Saudi Arabia. They don't say anything about the slaves there, yet they'll erase someone else's history. And if that don't tell you that is just not on. It's just not on. You erase someone else's history, but then you won't say nothing about your own history or the bad things that you're. It's only white people who are the worst in the world. Remember that. It's not the Muslim guy. It's not the black. White people are the devil. That's what they say. White people are the devil. That's what they say. The devil's white. That's how they think and they talk about it. Obviously, it's such a ridiculous statement, that it's untrue. I mean, we, the working classes, were practically slaves until recently. In if you look in time, in the mills and that, and the workshops that they put kids into and stuff like that, we were slaves. We were slaves. We're just like slaves who had houses or whatever you want to say. There was no difference in how we was treated when my ancestors worked in the mills to where the slaves were treated picking cotton out and stuff like that. You went where you were told, and if you didn't do your work, you didn't get paid. You never got fed. They sent all your kids to the workhouse and stuff like that. You never seen them again, and they ended up getting abused, killed, and everything by nasty men and all this. It's a joke. But anyway, it's Big John here. Thank you very much for tuning in. NHPUK TV on a Thursday. You only hear it off me. And there's a couple of others, I'll say, but you'll only hear. I want to moan about something that I've seen on Telegram. Actually, that's what I want to moan about. Nationalist Male Activist of the Year, Active Patriot, Anglo Joe, Vinnie Sullivan, Sam Melia, Steve Lords, and James Goddard. 968 votes. Didn't even put me in. Didn't even put me in the scumbags, honestly. The Uncensored Network on Telegram, you're full of shit. I should have been in that Nationalist Male Activist of the Year. I should have been in there. I should have been in there. I were up Batley, being interviewed off media and everything. I should have been in that list. So I'm just a bit peeved off that. But anyway, it's just one thing. It's just one thing. But anyway, thank you for tuning in. NHP UK TV on a Thursday. My name's John Lawrence, and I'm running in local elections in Oldham. We just talked about Wakefield. It's going to be a Labour win, I'm sure. You know, like in the hustings, if they have a hustings, if I can get to a hustings in Wakefield, I'll go. But I don't know if there's going to be any. And as a member of the public, I want to get my question up. And even if I have to shout over someone else will get my question up. And I've been to quite a few public events and I've not managed to get my question up. I can get my questions up. You know, you've got to be tactful. You've got to say it at the right time. But I will get my questions up. So I just warning anyone who's having hustings in Manchester and Yorkshire, if I get up there, you're gonna have tough questions to answer, guys. You're gonna have tough questions that you might not like to answer. You'll probably start branding me far right and stuff like that. But you better have politically correct names. You better have some good answers. I'll have people. I'll have everyone in uproar if you start on me. Let me just tell you that. And we're not taking any prisoners in the media either. And the media, you know what I think of you. When I'm a councillor, you'll be doing a programme on me or something like that. You won't bother coming to me. You just do a programme on me. Just do it. Just do it, please, guys. Come on. It's just good publicity for me, actually. It's just good publicity to me. And obviously, you will never talk to me, the media, because I speak honestly and I speak the truth, and I'm not part of the politically correct establishment, woke, cancel crap rubbish that's going across our country. But thank you very much. That's Big John signing off. Again, I'll be in Hollingwood tomorrow and Saturday. Around the avenues tomorrow. I'm not sure where. Saturday is somewhere else in the area, but tomorrow will be around the avenues if you want to come up. Catch me there. And Saturday, and I'm hopefully doing this on a monthly basis. So I'll be down there. I'll be going down every week, me. But on a monthly basis, we'll have a couple of days where we'll try and get a few activists together and stuff like that. I'm going to be working on a new leaflet soon that I want handing out. But yeah, thank you very much. There's our emails, my PayPal, my bank details. Please, we're looking for money to sort our website out. It's going to cost hundreds of pounds, so please donate. Obviously, we've got leaflets and stuff like that to do, and we want to get people more on board with us. If you can do any graphic designing or anything like that, let us know. Offer your services or something. We can pay for stuff if we have to, but you know, I would prefer it's just working class people who are running this party. Nobody posh, nobody middle class. It's going to be working class, but our details are up there. Wakefield by election, Labour are going to win it. They're going to steam it and win that seat. Our history is under attack. People spit at our flag and we do nothing, but we let them put their flags up all over our town. There's a little video from Shaw, and the day after the celebrations, they took a flagpole down and a flag saying it were unsafe. And you can hear the guy saying that the old flagpole is still on the floor in an unsafe condition. They've took that and they've took the other one down. Our council are not British. Our council are Muslim. So, they dominate our council, and that's what you know, that's why nobody will say anything against political correctness. No one will say anything against integration. No one will say anything against the illegal faith schools. I've got a contact in the council, and was chatting the other week, and I brought up illegal and faith schools, and they said that there's an issue with illegal schools in Manchester. That's all they said to me. And I don't doubt it. I've showed you some of these faith schools that are Ofsted run and funded by the government, where kids don't even learn English coming out of school. They don't even learn basic English coming out of school. And this is funded by us. So, and as I've explained, what do them kids do? How did they integrate? How did they get jobs and stuff like that? They don't. They just go into the crime, antisocial behaviour, crime, segregation. They won't get jobs. They won't integrate. It's all linked and connected. Big John tells you these things. No one else will. No one else will. But thank you very much. NHPUK TV on a Thursday, 7 p.m. weekly, every week. And I'll be on Sunday, 2 p.m, talking about what the mill workers did to help end the slave trade in the UK. And we'll be talking about that on Sunday. Whether or not I get any guests on, I'm not sure if we're going to get a prayer off Paul Rimmer, but that'll be it. But thank you very much, everyone. I'm going. And I'll catch you all up Sunday. And if I'm seeing anybody over the next couple of days, I'll see you down line side. Thank you very much. Good night.